Up every day, gas our cars and go out and work for the supermarket, the bar or the restaurant, the fuel companies and the banks.
Yes.
Very few of us work for ourselves.
Yes. And one of the reasons we don't work for ourselves, let's get down to the basics. Even before we go complicated, let me invest where? The basics, yeah. Number one, what is the difference between an asset and something that's not an asset, which I like to call a flosset?
You mean our Range Rover Sport?
Exactly.
Second hand.
I had a client who came and told me how his biggest investment is his Touareg.
No!
Yes.
It's VW Touareg.
Yes,
Please tell me your client was 22.
My client was about 32 at that time. And a lot of us go through life thinking that my biggest investment is my Touareg. My biggest investment is my house. The house you literally live in. It's nice to have.
Yes.
But it's not an investment. Because the day you're not working,
yes,
you can't go to Nakumat and say, I have a house, can I shop?
Yes.
You've really got to have your other apartment you bought, somewhere that is giving you rent, and then you can go use that money. Then the car is something that's going to... What happens immediately? You drive your Touareg out of CMC. So what's happening? We're working, we're spending our working, productive lives. Servicing. Most people are buying, of course, they're borrowing to actually buy these cars.
Yes.
So you're taking on debt. And then by the time you're ready to say, now I want to retire, I want to do something else.
You want to sell the Touareg?
You want to sell... The Touareg will be worth like 2 bob at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, I spend my entire income servicing things that are actually not working in my favor. Yes, I may have a house, I may have a Touareg, but what else do I have? How are these kids going to continue going to school? How am I going to eat? So instead of spending that salary you are getting in the right way, i.e., let me invest, even if I start saying, let me invest 20-30% of it in something, it accumulates, it grows in value. So I have something that I can actually survive on. So not knowing the difference between an asset and a liability or a flosset is one of the key how we are financially illiterate.
Put that in your notebook for today. Do you have assets or flossets? When we come back, as you sit there and you write flosset, Waceke is going to define. If you're listening to Waceke and you're thinking, I need to get into her class, she's going to highlight for you what the 10 weeks at Centonomy are about. But maybe you don't want to go to class. Can I give you one lesson? Can you call Standard Chartered now and move your mortgage with it? You were paying 18, it went to 28.
For those who are lucky to get a fixed rate at that time, they did go there.
Because
yes, so I see it. I see, iPad, I want it today. I see phone, I want it today. I want to upgrade that car because there's a guy in my office who I saw has a car. I want it today.
Yeah, but he could be a carjacker by night.
He could be a carjacker by night, and he could afford it. You don't know. He could afford it. Rather than saying, but hang on, but if I put 20K a month in a year, I can probably have it, or whatever it is. Yeah. So instant gratification, and the need to keep wanting more status. If I live in a certain place, I wear certain clothes, I drive certain cars, I have a certain lifestyle, I'm seen to be going to certain restaurants, it gives me status. So a misconception of what status is and what success is.
But in your class, do you tell people, the truth is, a lot of people can't remember what you were wearing. They can't even remember what your hair was like.
Yeah, they can't remember.
People can't remember, so I don't know why people bother. Why do you bother?
When we actually discuss this quite a bit in class, we have a module which is now all about our mindset, because even before we change behaviors, we really have to go deep and see, how are you thinking about money? And it's really the value people have placed on these things and the need for others to approve of them. Actually, all the classes we've had, it always goes back to that, seeking validation from other people. And it's short-lived. It's a temporary high. I have a car. In 6 months, they've come up with another model of a car. Then I want that car. So the whole of your life is never ending. Yeah, it's never ending. It's a moving target. So people actually need to go down to what is truly important to you. It could be your family.
Yeah, what's important?
Time away. It could be...
But there's somebody sitting on Wayaki right now saying, what's important to me is this car.
And I'll ask them, when you get that car, what will be important to you 6 months after that? Will it be the next car that comes? Because if it's pegged on a car, getting a certain type of car. And I'm not talking about the need for a car. I'm talking about
a certain
type of car.
Okay.
Yeah. The need for a car and being fixated on a certain type of car is very different. So a certain type of car. What happens when you get that certain type of car and in a year there's another model of that car?
They work every day.
Yeah. They're working Range Rover is working every day. Apple is working every day.
I know.
Yeah. There's always the new version coming out every day. So
Siri is gonna be sexier next year, I hear. So you already got Siri on your iPhone.
And then this is the reality. The day you stop working, what happens to that car? If you can't make those payments, the car goes. So you can't afford that lifestyle anymore. So do you want that lifestyle temporarily or in the long term? If you want it in the long term, then you have to make some clever choices now.
But that class where you do the change in mindset, I mean, what? You got like 6 hours? Because that's tough.
It's tough. I'm telling you, it's tough. We do the change in mindset throughout the 10 modules. So we keep emphasizing that as we do the practical. But there's one we actually call about thinking abundantly. And once we get out of that, it's different people now have a different concept of what abundance is. It's not just about money. It's about different things. Money is definitely a part of it.
Of course. That's why you're doing
That's why I'm doing this. But it's not the material things, the need. And there's a saying I like that I keep repeating. The need for material things keeps you thinking you lack. And if the thought of lack has become how you see life, you will always experience lack completely.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I remember telling Jalango the other day, I stopped accumulating things when I realized I own probably 5-6 good watches. I wear one every damn day.
Yes. Yes. So what was that need driving to?
Yeah, so I keep looking at them. And then here's the thing. You look at them, they sit there in the drawer, they look nice. You can't wear them.
Yeah, you can't wear them. And there's really nothing wrong with material things.
There's nothing wrong. It's just I realize I wear one.
You just wear one. So the thing, what do you really need? What is really important to you? You know, that back to that example we're saying, lunch is a holiday. So it's still something nice you're doing, still a luxury, but you might be going for a holiday every year with my child or with my family is more important than lunch. So...
And then we decry the high cost of living.
And then, we say, and when we're decrying the high cost of living, what are we? We are at the restaurant. Complaining with your fellow friend how broke you are.
And how
things are bad.
For $2.50 and now we're eating here for $4.50.
For $50.
Why are we even eating there anymore?
Yeah, how the economy is in recession as you keep making yourself more broke and more broke. And you're complaining how broke you are. So we need to, first of all, even change how we're saying, I am broke. I keep telling guys, you want to make $1 million shillings. Who are you hanging out with? You and your friend going to a restaurant to complain how broke you are?
Or you meet Jalango's buddies?
Or you meet the people who are making $1 million shillings?
Did you finally decide to love those guys from afar?
No.
No love at all? No. You can also love people from a distance.
Yeah. You don't have to be influenced by what they are doing, what people are doing.
Yes.
Yeah. But just make the decisions for yourself. And in the financial plan, that's why we set objectives for you. What are your goals? How much will it cost? What are the specific actions you're going to do to get there?
All right.
The Kiss 100 Big Breakfast.
If you're a lawyer, do the paperwork and go to Standard Chartered and say, my mortgage is coming to you. If you're already a Standard Chartered customer, I'm not talking to you. Do what you need to do right now. Do what you need to do right now. It's other people who are going to call their banks today and say, it's been real and it is personal. Yeah. Normally we say it's not personal. No, it is. And it's been real. 16.9%. Whoever beats that, we're with you.
Kiss
100.
We're going through the module. It's a 10-week course in managing money, making you financially literate. What else do you cover?
So we cover
everything.
Yes, I'll just do the highlights. Yeah, of course we have to cover debt.
Yes.
Yeah. We cover a whole module on debt and go and get you to do a debt repayment plan for yourself.
Yes.
So it's how do you get out of all this, especially the consumer debt? How do you get out of it? How do you understand debt? How does a mortgage work? How should you operate with a mortgage?
Yeah.
Just because they've told you pay 60,000 shillings a month, you're not limited to 60,000 shillings a month.
You're not limited to that.
And the effect of putting in an extra 10,000 shillings is huge.
Huge.
Even just when the interest cost and the time it will take you. So debt is not bad. A lot of people think some people think debt is bad.
Actually, credit is great. It depends on how you use it.
Absolutely, how you use it. When you're swiping your credit card every day in the shop, that's bad.
That's bad.
Use of credit. But you're buying property, you're buying a house using a mortgage, that's not bad. But you can be very clever about how you use debt, and you can get out of debt faster.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can get out of debt faster.
In fact, what still shocks me to this very day is when I tell somebody, shopping in my home is automated and regulated.
Yes.
I am the general. When
Yes.
I'm telling you, I've noticed that anybody who comes to my house, I will ask one question if I'm told something in the middle of the week.
Yes.
Why didn't I hear about this on Saturday?
Yes. Yes.
If that list is not on the fridge
Yes.
on Friday,
Yes.
and only perishables are bought on weekends,
Yes.
milk, fruit and vegetables,
Yeah.
toilet paper and toothpaste and washing detergent are bought once.
Once. Actually, that's very interesting.
Wow.
One of the things we emphasize during this program, in fact, we get people to build a financial plan. And it's first of all, it's saying, this is where I want to go, this is how I'm going to get there. But more importantly, what is the order and structure you are putting in your life? What you just described is a structure. So even with money, we have to have a structure that keeps us in check. Yeah, we do have to have a structure. Whether it's in how you monitor the expenses in your house, whether it's how you invest, how you're going to review
Nduku's
it.
hair is done every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that
the
is
budget
structure.
is in.
That is structure. And people, you can't be told you're too organized. Wealth creation is not wealth is not created in disorder. I would keep telling people that wealth is not created in disorder. If you're disorderly about 100 bob, you are going to be disorderly with 1,000,000 shillings.
There you go.
So don't expect to make 1,000,000 shillings if you cannot manage the 100 bob. So start where you are. You can save 2,000 shillings a month. Start it today. Don't wait for the day, I need 20,000.
And then I'll save.
And then I'll
2,000
save.
bob.
Because if you've not planned to do it, chances are when you get the 20,000 shillings, there will be a car that you can upgrade to, and your repayment will be higher. So you will have find something to do with the money.
This is my perfect moment to ask you.
Yeah.
If you're still paying 28% on your mortgage, why haven't you called Standard Chartered? Why?
Kiss 100. 100% Kenyan.
It's Cover Drive there and Twilight, and I still want to sue Shafi and Kalecha for making that one of the songs on the 15 Seconds of Fame.
I've gotten to that place where they realize I'm doing something, but there's something
I'm not doing
and
right.
they are ready to face it. So the first part, we always say you face where you are today and what you have been doing wrong, and then now you start the process of changing it and doing things right. So a lot of people have avoidance issues with money. I don't even want to look at my loan statements.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, I wrote to my banker the other day. I said, where do we stand?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to face the reality. So the people who are ready, they're going, you know how we even talk about Alabasta and say you have to be in that space. People who are ready, know life has got to be different.
Waceke and I have done Alabastron. That's why we can talk about
life has got to be different. I want to create wealth. I know it just doesn't happen by waiting for a unspecified deal at some unspecified point in time in the future.
Hizo deals na katanga sima.
Kiss 100.
Waceke Nduati, the details for Centonomy go straight onto my Facebook wall so that you can see everything and you can sign yourself up for a class in financial management. I start when? On the 21st.
You start on the 21st. We start the next intake on the 21st.
Yeah.
And they can also go to people can also go to our website, www.centonomy.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. And I'll actually put that on my Facebook wall. Why is it that even when we know, we don't act?
We're scared. People,
Of
first
what?
of all, are scared of making mistakes. So they're scared. The first thing is people are scared even as they decide to do something they did not know enough about it. So they're scared, I'll lose my money. A lot of times it's scared, especially when it comes to the investment side. Because all this now culminates to all this management is because you should now have, it's about releasing money for you to invest. Yeah. But then they're like, okay, I don't know enough. A lot of people do realize they don't know enough, don't want to admit they don't know enough. So what they do? They just don't take any action at all. And this is what we're trying to address.
Afraid of perception? Get rid of one car if you've got two that you don't need.
Yes.
Because you're afraid people are going to say, hey, umesota.
Yes, exactly.
Or you don't want to. I happily tell someone I don't have money for that.
Yes, yeah.
I don't have a problem with that, but I notice a lot of people they actually gasp.
Yes, you've hit the nail on the head. Saying I don't have money is like taboo.
Why?
I don't want to say I don't have money, or
I do not have money for
meet
that.
me at this restaurant. You don't want to say I don't have money, so you go and pay with your credit card. Yeah, things like that. So there's a lot of beliefs and things that we also have to go through. Yeah, and come out of false beliefs because they're not helping you. And actually, what we try and get people to understand that is not helping you in the long run. When you're retrenched, when you're retired, or when your business is not doing well, you're going to stand alone.
Kiss 100. 100% Kenyan.